Welcome back. Just going to take you straight through to game 3, which was against Adam. Now, Adam was the tournament organizer who was playing in the event. Usually, you're not supposed to play in the event for the sake of prizes. So in this case, he's sort of making a compromise. He's doing the buy round, but he's also saying that you actually have to play for your points. So if you don't beat him in the buy round, you don't get the win, which isn't really standard practice in steamroller tournaments, but let it slide. They've only got 12 players here. One of them was a dropout, so he's taking the place of the 12th player. I personally had no problem with it. I think that if I'd tried to do that at Wolfcry, people would have, not been entirely happy with me, but it's not a big deal. He's playing Gators here. He's got Rask and Barnabas. I've decided to go for Epic Vlad once again, Vlad 2 that is, and he's gone for Rask. Yeah, I didn't really feel that I should have gone for Vlad 3 just purely for the sake of, ignoring Barnabas's knockdown effect, because I knew that he'd be more likely to play Rask, and if I went with Vlad 3, chances are that he would out-threat me and out-muscle me as well in terms of the strength game. So here we are. Now, the scenario is incursion, so triple flag, and I've gone first here, I've gone second, so he'll be taking the first turn and rushing up. Next photo shows you his deployment. He's got some swamp circles out here as well. He's gone for triple posse and double wrestler, and no swamp gobbers, no swamp hoppers or bog trog guys is what I meant. So, lacking utility in this list, he's got no Swamp Horror, which I think is a really good choice. I'll rephrase that. I think taking a Swamp Horror is a really good choice. I don't think it's best to leave him at home because you miss out on the utility that it provides, and that really good reach and 7 attacks with Fury on him. But still, this list does crank out the pain and will deal with infantry pretty well. Next photo, he's rushed forward, and after I saw how far up the field he was, I realized that I'd made a strategic error. Winning the dice roll, I should have taken first turn, because what this means is that if I just move forward now, he'll then feat, and I won't be able to attack him, so I'll have to move back, and then he can simply move up and claim points straight away. And after thinking about it very, very hard, I knew that I would actually have to take the second option and pull back, which would allow him to get ahead on the control points game and potentially have an opening to win on scenario, which is something I really didn't want. So having a look at this is as far as I've gone the first turn, staying out of his threat range. As you can see, I've left one Doom Reaper up as bait. If he does charge him, I'll be able to take out one Gator. But as you can see, it could get a bit ugly, because if he just runs forward here and defeats, which is what he's going to do, then I can't really just counterfeit and move my guys in and use transference to kill him, because I won't do enough damage. I need to really pull back and use the Uhlans to kill something. Let's go into the next photo. Here's the Wrestler moved up with Admonition. It's going to be very hard to get around him because of the feat and that Admonition ability. I haven't got Iris to shoot that off. Next image, what I've decided to do is, after thinking about it very carefully, is move back and send in 3 Iron Fang pikemen so that I could actually get some threat ranges, some zones with my melee engagement. And also got the Draken there for counter charge if it does crop up. If he charges past the Iron Fangs, then he might get quick knockdowns, and if he does engage them and kill them, I won't have suffered huge losses. I've contested the objective with the Widowmaker and the 3 pikemen, so that's not a problem, but things could get a bit dicey here. So I wasn't particularly happy with my choice of going second, which is what I normally do in Incursion, but this is one exception. Next image, Wrestler has moved up here to attack the Juggernaut. Don't really care about the Juggernaut at this point because it is the Doom Reavers and Uhlans which will be putting out most of the damage later in the game, and Juggernaut doesn't really care if he gets walloped, so it does take a bit of hounding there. Next image, with the Gatorman following up with Fury on them, they do manage to destroy it, and as you can see, he's consolidated his position to the other 2 flags, which have not disappeared, to pick up 2 control points. Now, the danger for me is that although I'm in a strong position to feat and move in very heavily, what can happen is that he can commit his entire army to clearing my guys around those 2 flags, and then dominating with Rask on one of them and controlling the other one for 5 points total, which will win him the game. Unfortunately, the Widowmakers failed a command check. Oh no, they do that later on, in the report. And quite a lot of Gators hanging out on that flag. Luckily, though, I should be able to easily destroy that Wrestler and get guys in there. He's quite a smart player here. As you can see, he's put the cloud effect on the Wrestler, which is blocking line of sight from the Draken to Rask. Rask has no fury, so what I could have done is just to charge the Draken straight through that gap and killed him, which is probably something I would have attempted if he hadn't done that, but fair enough, I'll have to win the honest way. So let's go to the next turn. Vlad pops the feat. In go the Doom Reavers. I've actually put one feat token on every unit leader, the Iron Fang Pikemen included on the UA, just because I want them to be Command 12. I don't want to fail an Abomination check at this very crucial stage. So the Widowmakers run round to contest the objective, fail their command check, so they can't contest next turn. The Draken is in there with armor 22, so if he commits the Wrestler and kills it, then he might be able to score there, but the Wrestler kind of needs to do some damage on the right-hand side. I've got Iron Fangs and Doom Reavers with feet on them over there, cleaning up, one entire unit of Gatorman, but he's got a max unit at the back there, which he'll likely put Fury on and start harassing me, so it's really going to be down to how much damage you can do in the next turn. Next photo here, he moves in with the first Wrestler, killing I think 2 Ulans, and that's pretty strong position there. Attacking on the left-hand side against the Draken with his Gatormen, can't really hurt it there, it's just too strong, armor 22, so at this point it's looking pretty safe for me because he can't really get rid of the Draken contesting that left-hand flag, so I'm feeling a bit better about the situation. And next photo, my follow-up turn, after he manages to not get the goods done with the Gatorman there, is to move in with the Iron Fang Pikeman. CMAs with transference is awesome. Doom Reavers rubbing everybody out there and contesting that flag for a point. And the Draken is still alive and kicking, so pretty horrible situation for Rask at this stage. Managed to overcome the worst, and that's the end of the game. On scenario, I managed to get up to 5, so well played, I think, by Adam. Not the strongest list, but I certainly feel like he could have taken it with some better dice rolls. Earlier on, if he had actually got lucky, killed the Draken maybe, but it wasn't to be, and I managed to win the third game running. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again game 4.